All right, so while people wrap their heads around what do they expect in the petroleum sector about petrol price, which is always gives anybody a headache if you think about the price going up. But well, here we've got Mr. Humphrey Abba. He is a former Minister of Police Affairs and also former Minister of Trade and Investments. Good morning. Thank you for coming on today.
Good morning, Chamberlain, and good morning, Kayla.
Good morning.
Yeah, a lot is going on with security, and one of the recent ones, in fact, some key ones. We know today the service chiefs are supposed to be or will be in Sokoto concerning their quest to rout bandits over there, which we'll come to as we progress today. But one of the key issues also is the police declaring a certain Mr. Wayne wanted, who himself says, look, he's not a fugitive. But in terms of how that is being handled by the police, because, I mean, looking at the whole scenario raises several questions as to how the police and other security agencies, I mean, police being lead here, is handling all of this. And so having been there, heading that agency, what's your impression as to how all of this is playing out now?
Thank you, Chamberlain. With regards to the gentleman declared as a fugitive, it all depends on the information, the intelligence available to the police. Since the police have gone to court, we want to believe that eventually the facts will come to fore.
Yeah.
So it will be prejudicial to begin to conjecture, to begin to look at issues that you and I do not actually have brave facts. Police must have acted on intelligence, and we will wait for them to put those facts before the court since they've gone to court. All we need to ask is that due process be observed appropriately. I listened to the report this morning where the man in question, the fugitive, is denying that he's a fugitive, that is prepared to come back and face investigation and trial. So let's get to that bridge and know what the facts are. But in summary, I would like to say that police must have acted on intelligence, and let us not jump into conclusions until we see the facts in court.
I mean, I want to be able to talk a bit about the MRAPs. Let's go to the Northeast, where we have, the Minister of State for Defense, and everyone's moving there.
Northeast or Northwest?
The Northwest, my apologies, the Northwest. So they're moving there because of this banditry situation that we're dealing with in the Northwest. Talk to us about that, just generally as a strategy. Is that a good idea? Is that a good plan? And what impact do you think that would have on the war against banditry?
Well, I really do not know what their operational procedure would be like, right? But generally, I think there's been a failure in terms of managing security in this country. Systemically, the thing has been collapsing from level to level. And I don't know what is actually responsible for that. Because we have a team, we have the Nigerian army that is supposed to be the best in Africa. They are well-trained people. They are very competent people. But I think something is wrong somewhere. There is a disconnect somewhere because their performance is not attesting to this capacity that they have. I do not see mobilizing service chiefs to a particular area to be solution to this matter. It is about the foot on ground. Like when you look at the footage of the sad incident in Zamfara.
The MRAP.
Yes, where high-level APC was not just abandoned in the bush. There were munitions in it. That you saw this so-called kingpin of bandits,
yes,
and his team, picking them up for free. Honestly, it's disheartening. No one can say. I don't want to conjure. How did it happen?
Well, they came up with some explanation as to why that happened.
That the vehicle was stuck in the mud.
Yes, but but something happened before it was stuck in the mud.
Okay.
They said they had this. We're not going to say the name of the kingpin. They were having some bandit meeting, and according to the story that we saw online and reports that we're getting, the military had mobilized to go and attack that meeting. It was strategic. Oh, they're all in one place. Let's go get them. And apparently there was a shootout, they said, between them and the bandits for a while. And then part of the unfortunate thing that happened was that the MRAP, that's the mine-resistant carrier, two of them one got stuck. They called another one for reinforcement. The other one got stuck as well. And according to the report, they took out all the ammunition inside the MRAPs before.
And demobilized
it, yes, before the terrorists came and were celebrating that they had pushed back on that attack.
Well, it's their word, and at this point we have no way to verify otherwise. But I must say that we have a team. I suppose that we have a team that is air, land, and sea. That is what we have as armed forces. If the MRAP was stuck, I guess that they will have sent for assistance from the air. And these people could have been easily wiped out from the air. That's why I keep saying that something is wrong. That's why some of us believe that something is wrong. There is a disconnect in the management of security architecture. So far, the thing is not working. The thing is not yielding results. You have a group of bandits who are improperly trained, who are not as trained as our armed forces. And they seem to be having the upper hand every now and then. Look at the event that happened in Gobe, the emir that was just slaughtered anyhow. That was the man was held in custody for long, and they took their time, and after the emir was killed, they still came back and took some people hostage. They seem to be having a free fall.
But even though some also say, like, look, some of those they are fake news and propaganda about those persons who were said to have been buried, the so-called mass.
No, I don't believe that one.
Okay,
I don't believe that one.
One of the other challenges that appear to be the case is communication. I don't know what the experience was while you were there, because there are some persons who always ask the question as to how security agencies manage communication and perception, such that, because a lot of, in terms of recording successes for some of these cases, largely and globally too, they rely on information from people, from the public. But here, it does appear as though there's that gap. I'm not sure lots of people willingly volunteer information to security agencies to help and aid all of this. Because if you look at in time past, it was, I think, the same Northwest when they, at some point, scrambled the telecom services in that area because they said terrorists were communicating, people were not giving information. And we're still grappling with this. What's the missing link here?
Well, the missing link to me is that I think our agencies are not on top of the issue of communication. Worldwide, security agencies are masters in managing communication. And I think it is high time our agencies get to that level. Our intelligence gathering machinery doesn't seem to be giving us the kind of result that we need. And these ones are, to me, very mundane. Mundane in the sense that these bandits are not even hiding what they are doing. You see them display their catch of ransom on video. They're all over. They do videos. They do celebrations. They put it on video. Why can't we track it? Why can't we do it? These are very easy things to do. Why can't you track it? Why? Why is it so difficult? And these people are in the Sahel area of our region that you can see so clearly with even the public instrument like Google. Google man could be able to show you that.
Do you agree with some who say politicians are part of the big problem while we are?
I think I agree with that. There's a mismanagement. There's a mismanagement coming from the political class. And I think that should be looked into.
And part of the reason why they say so.
And that's why, I said earlier that our soldiers are very professional. When they go for United Nations assignments, they excel. They win prizes. They come with accolades. Our soldiers are very professional. But something is wrong.
Could you help me understand?
Their management.
I keep hearing about this political interference in security. Even recently, even on hard copy, we had Major General Edward Buba. He said the same thing. If we take politics out of this, we'll get this done.
If we take politics out of it, we'll get it done.
So when we say there's politics involved, what does that mean really? Are politicians sponsoring bandits? Are they? What hand do they have in it?
When you see political interests playing out, and the professionals are not allowed to exert the kind of force that is appropriate in a particular instance. Say, as you are going there, please don't do this damage. Take care not to step on these toes. Then you begin to have drawbacks from the military because nobody wants to be slaughtered. Nobody wants to go and be made a mincemeat. Allow the army to go. I know that we have professional soldiers, well-trained soldiers that are competent to go into. I mean, how big is this our forest? How big is this our forest? These people can go there and sweep out these people. I'm confident about that. But I think there's a mismanagement going on that is drawing them back. Why can't the Air Force go there and wipe these people out?
I mean, just to clarify that Air Force story, because after the MRAPs were stuck in the mud, the reports were that the Air Force did come. But the people in the area, according to what they said, that the planes just flew for 10 minutes and left. So they weren't aware of any actual thing that happened. It also brings to the question of communication of the things that they're doing. We do hear we've killed so and so.
Communication and instruction.
And yes, communication and instruction. What is the
instruction of the whoever flew the fighter aircraft there? What is his instruction?
Yes.
That you need to get to. And this is where some of us begin to suspect that there is a mismanagement going on from the political class. Because this shouldn't be so. And this, we do respect without trying to draw lines. This became very significant from 2015 downwards. From 2015 to now, this became more significant. In fact, before 2015, we didn't have these issues in Northwest. Our insecurity matters were isolated to just two states, Borno and Yobe, not even the entire Northeast. But you see, this is why some of us begin to believe that there is political manipulation going on. This is our people. This is this. That is it. You begin to bring in sentiments into the management of security. Security does not accommodate of such sentiments. So, the statement put up by Major General Edward Buba, who is the Director of Defense Media Operations, dated 31st August 2024, notwithstanding, where he explained what happened, how the MRAPs got stuck in the mud and all of those things. There are questions that need to be answered, just as you've also stated here, because the CDS tells us, when we ask time and again, that there's better coordination among the service chiefs and amongst those other agencies of the Army, the Navy, the Air Force. They're working together much more than people think. So maybe this is where they will then need to explain to the people if the aircraft is said to have flown. Yeah, that's a slide. If the aircraft is said to have flown for however minutes the word is out there, they need to let Nigerians know, like you also asked, what was the instruction? And
did we have any reconnaissance for all of these things? If
Correct.
we knew
Correct.
that, because the first part here says they were gathering at Kwashabawa village.
Yes.
They had some sort of intel.
Yes, the intel we are getting doesn't seem to coordinate. It doesn't seem to rhyme. It doesn't seem to give a pathway to success. And these are the disconnect. These are the loose ends that needs to be addressed. The intel doesn't seem to be giving coordinated results, and that is why you will have. Otherwise, they ought to know exactly the terrain on which they are going to push through, and the equipment that is suitable for that terrain, if appropriate intel was available.
And just to add to that, the fact that this is Hadar in Daji. So they are there.
They are there.
You understand? It's not as though these are troops that just came from Abuja.
No, they are there.
They are Hadar in Daji.
Yes.
So how did they not know that in a swampy area an MRAP shouldn't be there?
And why wouldn't they know that they need a swamp boogie equipment to go through the
swamp boogie as opposed to an MRAP? Because MRAPs are heavy. They are for mining terrain.
Correct.
Yes.
You see, so this is where we are. Some of us are of the view that there is a disconnect, or somebody is not doing his work. Because if they had proper intel, that shouldn't happen. It's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment.
I mean, you've laid down a lot of these issues for us this morning. Do you see any? I mean, what side is going to budge? Is there going to be a solution? Or we keep pointing out the problem. Are there going to be solutions? Can we, if political will is the issue, what do you do about, if political influence, rather, and even political will, if those two things are the issue, how do you fight political will and political influence?
Well, the answer is correct. If you take it from my perspective, the people at the helm of affairs they have no capacity. There's a systemic failure in governance from the people at the helm of affairs. And the right thing to do is replace them.
When you say helm of affairs, are you referring to the service chiefs?
Not just service chiefs. Even the politicians heading the place, service chiefs take instruction.
Well,
service chiefs are
from
under
CNC.
instruction.
Only from CNC.
Are you sure?
Okay, then maybe ministers.
Yeah, they have ministers. They have.
I mean, why you were police affairs too? The same thing for police.
Yes,
the IGP.
Yes. So you have interference at those levels, and you must deal with it.
When you say change when you say they need to
replace them, if something is not working.
For so long, you didn't get better.
Look, if you follow what is happening in other parts of the world, look at the war going on in Ukraine. The president seemed to not be getting satisfied with what the chief of air staff did recently. He quickly, overnight, he's changing. He got somebody else to continue the battle. That is what the CNC does. That is what the commander-in-chief does.
But now that the Minister of State for Defense is going to, is ordered the service chief to, the Ministers of Defense have told the service chief to locate to Sokoto to rout those bandits. I mean, I think the headquarters, 8th Division of the Nigerian Army in Sokoto, that's where they'll be receiving him this morning as we see. These are images that came through this morning, so they're all preparing to see how that can happen. She will be optimistic that getting there now, that region or those terrorists will be dealt the blow.
Or will it help the troops?
Well,
will it help the morale of the troops? Will they be better gingered to do more work?
Chamberlain, we had the issue of service chiefs relocating before. It's not the first time. It is not in the relocation of service chiefs. It is in the foot on ground. How are the men, officers and men on ground, how are they propelled to do this? How are they given an order to act professionally and deal with the issues? Like I said in my opening speech, that I believe that we have service personnel in the armed forces who have the capacity to eliminate and deal with these issues in a matter of 2-3 months. We are not fighting civil war, for crying out loud. And you have a group of untrained bandits holding everybody to ransom for 8 years, 9 years. This is the 10th year in a particular corridor. Why should that continue to happen?
The same when first of all,
they are not the same people.
At the time when
they are not the same people.
At the time when this issue started, this insecurity started, APC didn't exist.
APC,
and then apart from that, many people will ask you, is there a difference between those in government then and those in government now? What's the difference between 6 and half a dozen? Everybody, it's just the political class. That's what many people want to tell you.
The answer,
okay, let me listen to the answer now.
The foreigners of APC were the ones who were managing the state. For instance, Borno, where this started from. And they are the ones still at the center. Are you not aware? Aren't you aware that they are all still at the center? So we still have the same sickness, the same cancerous seed, that started from one part of the body. It has spread up to the head. And that is where the problem is. So until we have a credible electoral system that will allow people to freely express their views. And so, I believe that if Nigerians get to that level, we will have these people so that we can get back to an organized governance.
In other words, you're telling us until the PDP win election, this will not be. That's basically what you're saying.
No, but you look at it. You look at it. Where did you have a better system? Where did you have a freer society? Where did you have a more secure state? In 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, before the elections, were you not traveling safe and sound?
If that were the case.
Were you not going around? We had this issue isolated to just one state in 2014, 2015.
But your party made this point during the elections, and the people still voted the way they voted.
No, because if you listen to what I said earlier, that we had a group of people who ran out of an organized house and ran into disorganized setup where you have strange bedfellows.
You mean the governors who left the PDP?
Yes, they had strange bedfellows. They came together.
That's your party's fault.
No.
You didn't handle your members well.
No. You see, in every human organization, we must make room for differential opinions. We must make room for what do you call it? Settlement of differential opinions. You do not just take off because, I do not agree with Chamberlain on this matter, so I must burn the house down. It doesn't work that way. That is what has brought us to where we are. Otherwise, this group of unorganized people never had an opportunity of being in governance. They were operating at regional level. I said it the other time I came here, that these were people operating at regional level and had no capacity for running a central government. And since they came in 2015, all we have had is disorder. All we have had is degeneration in all sectors of Nigerian life. Economy, security, finance.
This is the politician in you speaking.
No. Now you were hoping to hear from Dangote. All of this started collapsing since these unorganized people came into power. So they don't have a political party.
So if the PDP wins,
they have a collection of interest groups.
As you'll always say, if the PDP wins, this will change.
And bet me.
So what would you do differently? What would you do differently? Because many of the issues...
we will return law and order. We will return law and order.
A lot of the issues
you'll be able to travel from here to your village without needing an escort. Today, most Nigerians need escort to go around both day and night. You'll be able to travel safely day and night like it was in the days of the People's Democratic Party running affairs of this country.
Many people have said that the issues is bedeviling the country right now are global.
Your farmers,
these are global issues.
Our farmers will be able to go back to the farm. Now our farmers aren't on the field.
What of the economy?
The economy, you see, it's a chain reaction. You see, if you take it compositely, it's a chain reaction. When farmers are able to farm, there will be increase in commerce. There will be free trade, there will be increase in production, and because of there's increase in production, the prices of goods and services will fall, right? But now what we have is a government that is serving the interests of few individuals who do not care about the survival of others.
Which of the PDP states has done this economic magic you're speaking about?
No, insecurity has driven everybody into the house. So even the PDP states are hamstrung. Insecurity has wiped out the capacity of our farmers to go to farm.
But even those who just want first term,
if you look at the killings going on in some of the states, will you send your...
You said this happened in 2015, started in 2015.
Yeah.
They just contested the election, some of them for the second term. They didn't say, look, there's insecurity, I can't do this again. They contested. They promised heaven and earth.
The leaders in
the governors in PDP who are in PDP states right now. The same thing with the APC counterparts.
Yes, because the expectation was that there will be a free and fair election, and if that had happened, if that had happened,
won the election in the states. I mean, the governors on your party who are there now.
Yes,
you say this problem started in 2015.
That did not exclude the center, right? The elections.
So there's nothing they can do.
The elections are composite.
There's nothing they can do.
Do not separate them. They are composite. The elections include that at all levels: federal, state, local governments. So if you allow a free run of electoral system all through, would have swept these people out of power.
So you're telling us now that the governors there in your party, who are in the state governors now, knew that you cannot extricate the center. They went on, they contested, everything happened.
Contested,
and now they're saying there's nothing they can do.
They contested with the hope and expectation that this center will not come back after the abysmal failure of 8 years.
Okay, so the question then is...
But then they didn't allow us to even have a free and fair contest.
Okay, so...
it was run after it, snatch it, and go.
So now that they know that it hasn't happened, why can't they resign?
Why would they resign? They have a mandate of the people to run for a particular number of years.
So it's just about the mandate,
hope.
not about what you can do in terms of solutions.
They are working to restore sanity into the system. They are working to see another round of elections so that we cannot continue with this.
So this is about elections.
Look,
it's about elections.
Chamberlain, if you allow
they have no reason not to make government better in their states.
No, but their states are not doing badly.
Which states?
Take Akwa Ibom. Take Bauchi. They are not doing badly.
You've seen the unemployment figures in those states.
Yes,
they happen to rank the lowest in terms of unemployment, youth unemployment in this country. You've seen the statistics.
Not in Bauchi. Maybe you're looking at one state in Northwest.
No.
Not in Bauchi.
No.
No, you see. So where you have PDP governors,
they have erosion issues.
Let me also tell
terrible erosion issues.
Yes.
Bauchi.
Where those are natural disasters.
Over the years.
Those are natural disasters. Those are natural disasters. And secondly, you know that the governors, by the way our constitutions are framed, the governors have little or nothing to do to control security issues. The center holds the key to that.
That's what they always say. But
that's the truth.
When it comes to local government elections, they are very strong.
No, but that is
they win all the elections, but they can't do anything about security. It's very convenient.
No.
Very convenient.
No. Chamberlain, don't say that. You see,
that is what happens.
Security is not under the purview of governor's control. The governor does not have control over the armed forces. The governor does not have control over the police. These are center-based activities. Neither does the governor have control over the DSS.
Mr. Amfraba, former Minister of Police Affairs and former Minister of Trade and Investment, and as you heard, is a member of PDP defending his party stoutly. Thank you for coming on this
Chamberlain, I'm in Nigeria and speaking to the issues.
Yeah, but you're still the PDP, so
thank you. Yeah.
That notwithstanding.